Hey guys, quick video on this April Fools. What I'm about to talk about is definitely not to be taken lightly. This is some classic throwback advice that I think you guys are definitely going to need to traverse this dating scene at the moment. Here goes. Always end the conversation before the girl does. Always end the conversation first. Guys, I want you to take this and drill it inside of your cranium. Always end the conversation before the girl does. Okay? Now, I'm going to break it down on a psychological level as to why this is so key and important. Okay? Now, before I get into that, women instinctively notice. This is why they always do it. Women always, almost always, in the courting phase, they almost always end the conversation before the guy does. She wants to be the one who say good night, goodbye, I gotta go, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, this is strategic on her part. It might not be done on a conscious level, but this is what women do. Subconsciously or consciously, it doesn't matter. All right? It is part of the female psyche. It is part of their game per se. Now, guys, you got to be able to flip the script and do to women what they do to you. All right? So, they generally end the conversation on the guy. Now, you have to be the one to do this on her. Now, here's why this is so key and important on a psychological level today as it is. The person who ends the conversation first leaves with the perceived higher social value. All right? I repeat, whoever ends the conversation first leaves having the perceived higher social value. I like to draw an analogy here let's speak of persons of power and influence. All right, if you're on the right politically, let's speak about Trump. If you're on the left, let's talk about Obama. Now, if you were to bump into Obama or Trump and you are a supporter or a fan and you get to grab a quick little conversation with them very briefly, you breach Secret Service, they allow you to have a quick little chat with Trump or Obama. Now, who do you think is going to be the one to wind the conversation down and say, all right, I got to go? Would it be you or the former presidents? Would it be you, Trump, or Obama? Who is going to say, all right, you know what? Yeah, it was nice talking to you. I'm glad that you support me, but I have to go. Yeah, thanks. The president or the ex-presidents are going to be the one to do that. They are going to be the one to end the conversation on you as the supporter. You as a supporter, you have the perceived lower value. Obama or Trump as ex-presidents would have had the perceived higher social value. Hence, they will end the conversation on you, the one of lesser value. You're not going to end the conversation on Trump. You're not going to have the liberty to end the conversation on Obama. No, those guys are too important. They're going to end it on you. Now, here's the correlation with women. Being that I just drew the analogy, here's the correlation. Women entering the dating market have more perceived social value than you as the guy. Whether this is true or not, and most times it's not even true. But that's just what it is. Women enter the game with more social value. Hence, they act accordingly. Just like Obama and Trump ended the conversation on you, women are going to end the conversation on 99% of the guys who are courting them. All right? Same thing. Now, in order to gain an advantage in the game, in the sexual marketplace, you ought to flip the script on its head. Do to women what they do to you. So you end the conversation on her. And this could be textually, this could be during text, phone conversation, or even face-to-face, cold approach, whatever. Always be the one to wind it down and say, all right, you know what? It was cool chatting with you, but it's getting a bit late. I got to run. I got to go. I'll hit you up another day. However you want to phrase that. It doesn't have to be verbatim, but you can phrase it however you want. But you must be the one, as the guy, you must be the one to end the conversation first. Never have the girl say to you, you know what, we've been talking for a very long time, and I kind of have some stuff to take care of. Yeah, my mom's just calling right now. Yeah, I have to go to the store with my sister and pick up a few things. You know what? It was nice talking to you. We'll catch up another time. You never want that to happen. As the guy, you should be the one who does this. Now, here are some more implications and ramifications as to why this is so important. Being the person, all right, before I get into that, this is why it's so important to end things on the girl. You want to give off this air of, I have stuff to do. I'm a guy of importance. I'm a guy of means. I'm a guy who's wanted and desired. I have stuff to do. If you don't end the conversation on a girl, you give off the opposite effect, which is, I have nothing to do. I have nothing going for me. I have no value or much value. So I can afford to text with you and chat with you for 10 hours on end without even winding it down or ending the conversation because I really have nothing else to be doing right now. You don't want to give off that vibe. Hence, you give the opposite vibe. So when you end things first on a girl, when you tell the girl good night first, when you tell her bye first, when you tell her, hey, I got to go, I got some stuff to take care of. You know, I'm a very busy person. I have to hit the gym. It doesn't matter what it is. If you are the one who does this first, you leave the interaction and the conversation as the one in the driver's seat, the one who has the most perceived social value. It doesn't matter if it really is the case. It is the perceived social value that matters, okay? Now, once you would have done this, the girl is going to say to herself, damn, who's this dude? Really, like, who does this guy think he is? Who ends the conversation on me? I mean, I'm Gina. I'm a 9, I'm a 10 on my worst days. And this guy had the audacity and the nerve to end the conversation on me. That is what she says to herself once you end the conversation on her. All right? It puts her at the disadvantage and it gives you the greater advantage and puts you in the driver's seat. All right? That is why it's so important. And this is why women always go out of their way to try to end the conversation first, because women instinctively know the one who ends the conversation first is in the driver's seat. They have the leverage. You want to re-leverage this by ending the conversation on the girl. Doesn't matter, like I said, if it's text or through voice-to-voice on the phone, voice notes, doesn't matter. You always want to be the one who says to the girl, firstly, I got to go. I got to run. I got some things to take care of. Whatever you do after that, pretty much irrelevant. Doesn't matter. But once you're getting to know a girl, once you will have gotten her social media contact or you hop into her DMs, you want to always end the first conversation before she does. You always want to be the one to wind it down. It doesn't matter how bubbly, nice, spirited the conversation is. That is the perfect time to end it, actually. You never want to end things on a downward spiral. Let's say the conversation is fizzling out. It's getting boring. You don't have much to say. You stalling. The girl stalled. That is like not the right time to end it. So you want to end things on a high note. End things when a conversation is very good and it's great. It's sizzling. It's bubbling. That's when you want to say, all right, you know what? I got to bounce. Think soap opera. This is what makes soap operas so powerful. When the episode ends, it leaves you in a limbo on a loop, dying to see the next episode. Okay? So you don't end it when things are boring and when things are fizzled out. You end it when things are ramping up and the conversation is very, very interesting. Guys, believe me, this is a very crucial tip that's going to get you far in the dating game. All right?